What's up there, fellow YouTubers? This is Chris from the Anomalies channel. Welcome to another video. This one here, I'm going to probably call it Mars Manipulations. Are your eyes tuned to them? And basically what this video is about is basically showing you guys how to see these things. Because I'm going to be honest with you. My previous video I said, that I think this next video, meaning this one, that there's another roadway. And I still stick by that. And I'm going to show you what I looked at. And then something else, and when I tell you guys sometimes these things are hidden in plain sight, my God, this one here couldn't be a perfect example of it. Some of you guys will see this right away. And here's a little test for you guys. This is what I want you to do. Like I said, some of you guys will see the stuff right away. Some of you guys will not, right away. Maybe you'll see it near the end of the video. Maybe you won't see it at all. Just for the heck of it, be honest. Put inside the video, as I'm describing this thing, when you started to see it. Did you see it right away before I described and try to get you guys to see it? Or did you still don't see it? Or what time during the video did you see it? Have a little fun with it. But I'm going to show you this. I didn't see this and it just kind of jumped out. I went, whoa, look at this. These guys are good. They're full of shit, but they're good. And when you see this, you're just going to go, what the hell? I mean, it's insane. But let me see if I can find this thing here. This is the picture you'll get. Okay, this is from Solve 538. In fact, I think they just popped out of 539. It was overnight or this morning. They just had another one come up. But anyway, if you were to look at this picture, don't see much of anything, but you will. Now, let me just ask you a quick question. If you're looking at, let's try to get an area where it doesn't have a rock. Right here, let's just say on this right-hand side of the screen, you saw a flat square. Meaning it was just flat in the ground, nothing protruding out of the ground, but it was completely square. Would you, A, question it, or B, just, that's nothing, just keep rolling? Me, personally, I wouldn't just let it go. But that's just me. I like to climb all over these pictures. Now, if you saw an outline, nothing solid, just an outline of what looked like a chainsaw, would you eyeball it, or would you just pass it off as nothing more than just a simple goofy-looking artifact? Would you think it's that, what's that word they use, pareidolia, or which is the gayest word I've ever heard on the planet, but whatever. It's just a simple way of saying you're seeing things, but I don't believe that, because when I answer the guy says, well, it's called pareidolia, or whatever they pronounce it. To me, it's just a slang word, like I said. They said, well, that's what you're seeing. No. When you see a fluffy bunny in the clouds, then that's pareidolia, or whatever the hell they call it. When you see fine lines, squares, and I mean perfect squares. I don't mean like just lame squares or distorted squares. I mean perfect squares, perfect circles, things that look like objects. That is not pareidolia. That is an actual item. Again, you see a fluffy bunny, or you see cotton swabs or cotton in the sky. Yeah, now you're seeing things. So please don't use that stupid meaning or saying on my channel. It's ridiculous. Now, sometimes, yeah, you can misconstrue things, and I get that. I've done this myself, and I'll be honest, I have. And that's okay. This is the reason why I ask for everybody else's input, so they can say, well, man, I'm not seeing what you're seeing, but I do see this. So anyway, let's just get on with it. And this is what I was concerned about right here on the left-hand side of the screen. It looks like another, railing kind of thing. And I'm going to just jump right into this because I backed up by accident. Right here, you can see it goes across. Well, it goes like this towards the back, and then it has this round circle. Like it goes, and then it looks like it kind of dips and comes back up. See it right there? And it goes all the way around and comes over to here, and it looks like it's got a support. Maybe another one, and so on and so forth. Then it goes all the way around. What puzzled me was this here. And I'm looking, okay, if it's possible, this is a railing. And I showed you guys on the other road that runs along the base of Mount Sharp. That there's a railing similar to that, and it's just weird. There's another one sitting right here, and it looks very faintly like it's got a corner to it, and it goes around this way. Okay, is it possible it is a road? Well, we can go either way with that. All right, right here I can see what looks like you can see they just put like this blotch of crap right here. 1, 2, but look at the back here. There's something that comes up. It's got this nice angle, kind of comes back down right here, and it's got a separation in between the two. See it? Okay. Now, if you look, now this could be a wheel well or the top of one. Don't know. Because now think of it. You got to think about it this way. If you were to pull up to a side of the highway, in the breakdown lane, look at the actual guard railing. Now, the reason why I'm telling you is because I'm trying to do a comparison. If you were to roll up to one of these, it's got to be at least halfway to 3/4 up the size of your door, unless you're driving a Hummer. Other than that, a normal-sized car or even a crossover SUV, it doesn't matter what it is, it will be at least halfway up to 3/4 of the door. And if you're in a smaller car, obviously it'd be higher. Because I'm trying to understand, if this is buried, if it is a vehicle, and I'm using the word if, okay, and it had a major catastrophic event, then this maybe it's like buried up to maybe 1/4 of the doors. Would that be the same height? Would that be right? As far as size comparison and height comparison, I don't know. Which incidentally, guys, you guys can be looking at this picture anytime you want, and if you do see anything else standing out, let me know, or just put it down like when you started to see this other anomaly. So just let me know. I was going to say manipulation, but anomaly. Actually, both. They kind of go hand in hand. They're synonymous. But anyway, so you got this here, and I'm saying, okay. And like I said, they put this blotch of crap, and then this looks like a railing. Okay. So, and another thing I want to make... This is great. I've done this a while back. All of these back here, this is supposed to be the southern part of Mount Shop, or Mount Garbage, as I like to put it. This was a rock, or it looked like a little mountain that was running this way, and these all ran the same direction, but they're all right here. Now, there was a group of them, and you guys could check out my, Mount Shop, Not What You Think It Is videos, and you'll see what I'm talking about. There's a group of what I think are cars or structures, and I believe they're cars. Could be wrong, but it could be. And these are not as far as everybody thinks. Everybody thinks, dude, that's miles away. It's not. And I go over all that. I'm not going to get into it here. But you'll see there's two groups of whatever these are. We can even call them structures for all I care. I really don't care, but they're actually, to me, they look like cars. Okay, you had like one group of them, and then there's one singly by itself. And then you had like what looked like a break, but there's actually looks like, maybe might have been a space between them, then there was a bunch more. But at the end of this bunch, there was what looked like a railing, or that old road. I don't know if you guys remember that we called it a road. I called it might be a railing if these are cars all facing this way. And there was a couple that looked like they were running this way. One was running this way. And anyway, okay. But after what looked like that road coming down, where's the mountain at? Now, this white area, there's actually things here, too. It's not, if you remember correctly, up on this mountain, they look like a giant city behind this ridge. We'll use the term ridge for now. But it was going up like this. Where'd the mountain go? This is supposed to be 3.2 miles high. It's like 3.25 miles high in the air. Where's this mountain at? Really? Come on. Again, more BS. These guys are just good. But anyway, I don't know what you guys think right here. I can see that. And right here, behind this rock, you can see what looks like a rooftop. And you don't see it right away, but just stick with me on this. You'll see what I'm talking about. Like rooftop, you'll see the top of the window. Looks like the passenger side of the car. You can see where the window comes up, goes across, and then slants down and then stops. And then there's another one, and then the back window. And like I said, it looks like there's something else here too. And this is what confuses me about this area here. But I still believe this is a vehicle of some sort. I still believe somewhat, I'd say 50% this is a railing. And I'll get into that more. Now, I've got this open on two of my manipulation software, just two of them. I've got several, but I just decided to do it on two of them. And there's a reason for it. Okay, so let's get to that one first, which is... Okay, okay. This is where you can find this picture, which is right here. I just showed it to you. But let's do this. It's pretty much already open. I just showed you the picture, but there's the picture you can get, and you can see that's where it's from. Okay. So now let me go to the photo editor here. This is the one you can do online. This is pixlr.com /editor/. And what you can do is, guys, is you can basically do anything on this. In other words, take your own picture from your desktop, your documents, pictures, wherever you have it in your computer, take it. Once you open this page up, it'll say, get picture from computer. And then when you click on it, you can go through any of your folders, click on that picture, it'll bring it into this box. You can manipulate it. Then once you X out of it up here in the top corner right here, you can see what it's red now. It will actually say, do you want to save it this way that you just manipulate, or you want to keep it back to the original? It's yes or no. Okay. All right. Right here again. Now you can zoom into this. Of course, it'll get a little grainy, but that's fine. Okay. Right here's that railing, and it goes across and then back down. It looks like it goes up. It looks like it's been damaged over here. Now, it's hard to tell. It is pixelated and it's, so on and so forth. Again, here's what I think is a vehicle, and I think there may be another behind it. But because they manipulated this now, it kind of goes without saying. Okay. All right, here's the whole area. There's not much to see over here. This is why, there is, but there isn't. So, I'll show you that after. Okay. So anyway, I'm going to brightness and contrast it up. Okay, now you can see that railing sticking out just a hair bit better. I don't know if you guys will see that a little bit better now. Okay. See right there? Now it is pixelated, I get it. But see the difference between how it made it pop just a hair bit better. And, of course, the outline of this hair. Now, let's blur it up a little bit. Try to get rid of some of the pixelation. Okay? And here's all that garbage in the back. Okay. Now, I hit the old photo because it takes more of that grayish out. Makes it more like an old black and white picture. See how it's like it's just more black and white. And it seemed to make this little pop a little bit better. Now, if you notice underneath there, it's like the same colors over and under. Like I did with that other video that had the guard railing in it. And you can see it's the same colors over as it is under, and it looks like there's a shadow there. Okay? And it looks like it's got a little support and so on and so forth. So, okay. So then I blurred it up a hair bit more. And then I actually threw some color in there. Put some sepia color in there. See it? Okay. Now, if you look in the back here, it looks more like that car. Behind this rock, it looks like this roof. It comes down, looks like the back window. And like I said, this might be the passenger side right here, and it looks like the very... If you look at a crossover, they have like the very back window, then you have the, back seat, door, and of course your front seat, the front door, right there. Okay. Now, I inverted this to try to find this right here a little bit better. Okay. And then, I added a little color to that too. So now you can see right here, there's that little support. It's the same color as up above as it is under on this railing. Now, is it still a railing? I don't know. I can't be sure. But here's that car, the very rooftop of it. And see the way the window goes up, goes across, and then slants down. This one right here is kind of like a square, which you would think it would be. And you can see a little bit of that rear side window, and then the back window. Okay. This other thing hasn't changed much either. It still looks like that same shape with the pot in the middle. Okay. And, of course, you can see the lighter gray right here where they just threw this crap up against it. Okay. So, alrighty. Now, I did notice this here, too. I don't know if you guys seen this either, but let me just back out because it is a little grainy here. I'm just going to back out a hair bit. If you notice, it looks like this straight line right here. It looks like another railing or just a straight line. Might be the road. And there's a reason why I mentioned that, and I'll tell you that in a minute. But anyway, okay, so I'm going to go all the way down in there. This is where I just brightness and contrasted everything up, and then I threw some extra color into it. I'm going to zoom back in. This might be a little too much as far as zooming, but let's see what happens. Again, there's that railing and the top of that car and so on and so forth. Okay, so I'm going to go back to this and ask you the question again. Do you see anything else that I pointed out? Anything, I haven't pointed out, I should say. Do you see any other... Because, believe it or not, guys, there's another vehicle in this picture. And it's almost like it could reach out and slap you in the face. And if you haven't seen it yet, you will. Because I'm going to take you to the other one now, which is... It's just the way I manipulated it in this one. You don't see it as much as you will in this one. So, let's do that. Okay. Now, this is in the GIMP software. And you guys can look anywhere. You go to your colors, and all of this comes down. Brightness, threshold. Go to your auto. There's your equalize, normalize, and stretching, so far and so forth. And your tools right here be selection tools. You can rectangular, ellipse to select. In other words, surround the actual object you want to enhance. So if you hit the rectangle select, you can just draw a box around it. You just go like this, click on it. You'll be left clicking on your mouse, and you can just go like that and enhance and put a box around it, and then only do the enhancement to that particular area. A lot of times I like to do that because when I enhance the whole picture, sometimes it gets too dark in some areas, and sometimes it don't. It's just weird. It's just depending on the lighting of the picture itself. So, all right. Okay, here's that guardrail right there. I'm going to jump in a little bit further for you guys that are using these smaller tablets and phones and stuff like that. And it's really hard on these pictures because now, guys, I'm not a photographer, professional, any way, shape, or form. If you guys are, answer me a question: is it easier to hide an anomaly in black and white or color? I believe, and I could be wrong, that it's easy to do in black and white because simply there is no colors to bleed. Like if you had an object that has multiple colors to it, it's harder to try to hide those colors unless you black and white and then try to make it blend. No, I think that's just a quick way to put it. I mean, it's not professional, but to me, I just think black and white's easy to hide things in. Okay. Again, here's that other shape. What looks like some kind of vehicle sitting right here, maybe halfway up the doors or something like that. And here's the guardrail. There's your other car. Okay. Alright, so now you can see right here. I'm going to resharpen it just to give it a little bit. Now right there, boom. A little bit of shadow underneath there. It looks like it goes across, then back down and up. And here's that other thing. Okay. Now, if you guys have not seen this yet, I didn't see this until it slapped me right in the face. I was just like, what is that? Okay. I'm going to do it like this. Get this out of the way. Center this picture. I mean, I can go way over here, but we don't need to do that right now. I'm going to go right here. Do you see the car yet? Now, I want you to pay attention to the way they hide it. These guys are crafty as hell. If you haven't seen it, look at this. Look at all this white area going all the way across. All the way across, all the way down, and it just keeps going. You know, all the way down, so on. And then it pretty much stops over here. Okay. Here is the anomaly. Hidden right there. There's another car sitting right smack and dab right in front of your face. Now, keep an eye on that area right here. In fact, I'm going to show you this front wheel well with the wheel. Just a tad. You can see it just right here, the back one. Now, think of it. Look at this. It's like perfect height with the front one. Okay. You don't see it very much, but you will. It looks like it has a fender on it coming down like this here. And then the bottom of the fender and the front end right here. Steering wheel. Front where the person would drive. Now, I don't know if this is just like single seats, meaning only one person sits in the front. The one, there's looks like a back of another seat. Right here, that's rectangle area. Back person. Then it looks like either some kind of weird pickup kind of thing going on, or if it's just a backside of this vehicle. I don't know what it is, but watch this. Now, I didn't notice this at first until I was like, what? Just by blurring it, there's your outlines. Perfect circle, right here, fender, the wheel, right here. Okay, now I'm going to sharpen it up, and then I'm going to equalize it. Now, watch the way this thing pops. Now, look at all this junk they've added all over it to try to hide that. You have to look for... A lot of people get fooled because they look for shapes, but they look for something solid. That's what fools people. You got to look for the shapes, not the solid, anything that's solid, because there's a good chance they're hiding this from you. Okay. I'm going to blur it up, and it looks like you can see a door handle, another door handle right here. But see how it's perfectly squared, like it's running. This car is running from the rear end's right here, going that way, going to the right. Okay? And you can just see the wheel well in between all this mesh and this garbage and everything else. Now I'm going to back out because this may be too grainy. And there it is. Now, let's go down to here. Now the reason why I said, now I'm not going to equalize in this part here, but I'm going to show you something here. And you guys got to look at this thing yourself and you're just going to go, oh, you got to be kidding. There's not a whole lot here, but there is something hidden right here in this wannabe hillside. And this is not a hillside either, because you can literally see this light right here, and you can see something running along here, and then it drops down, has this angle right here. But there's what looks like a frame or something of a car right here. And I'm going to zoom into that. Okay. It's very faint. Let me blur it. Resharp it. 1, coming down, 2. That'd be a front window. The rooftop right here comes down. And there's another, like a side window. It's another side window right there. Or it's just some kind of structure. Small structure, whatever. But you can see right here, like it's like blurred over, so you can it pretty much hides any kind of detail in whatever this is. Because you can see this comes up, goes across. Now what this is, I couldn't tell you. I really don't. But the reason why I said this about this earlier, because remember this here, I said it looks like part of a railing or something like that. It goes nice and straight right across. But then look, is it far-fetched to believe that maybe, here's that car, this is a guardrail, here's the other car. Now, do you guys see that a little bit better now? That other car behind this one? Now, this is the other vehicle. There's all right here. Now, behind it, it looks like another car. Now, this one I questioned. I don't know if this is an actual railing or if this is something else, like some kind of other machine or vehicle or something right there. Or if that's actually going across and going down to the other side. But I do believe that that's another vehicle of some sort. And you can see it the way that it's shaped. Okay. Now, I do the other side brightness and contrast that up a little bit more. But then I invert it. And there's a reason why I do that. Because I'm trying to see this right here. How it goes across. And you can see this, it looks like there's a road that runs all the way down here. And then, of course, this could be another vehicle or something else right in the roadway. I don't know. It's something just a little bit larger. Now, is it? Couldn't tell you, but let me just back out a little bit. Now, like I said, if these are roads, this one going off to that way, this is a guard railing. This is another car right behind this one here. Okay. This may actually be a road running all the way down. You can actually see this white here is still flat, going all the way down. Going all the way down here. Or if there's actually something else buried in here, I don't know. But it's usually flat like that. Doesn't, you know, you can actually see right here. It's pretty done. Yeah, it's pretty clear that there's something there. There's no doubt about it. And you can see way back in the background is these objects sitting here. They look large cylindrical things right here. I don't know if you can see that, but zooming in is usually not the answer on these particular pictures. They're just garbage. But anyway, guys, I just wanted to give you a little heads up and how you can view things a little bit better looking at these pictures, because I didn't see this for a good, I want to say 10 minutes. And the reason why is probably because I was more focused on this area. But I kept looking at this one right here, peeking behind it, and I'm going, man, it was this dumb rock. And I went, wait a minute, there's actually a space. Look at this. Look at the shape of this thing. Right here, nice line. Comes straight down. Looks like it's got a wheel well like the top of one. And like I said, you can see how high this one is. Is it far-fetched to believe that's not the second one? I don't know. But you can see it comes down, goes down like this, straight across. Looks like it might be something right here. I mean, it's just weird how this thing is. But look at this. Looks like it has a fender that goes down. Stops right here. I mean, you can see how they blended this thing so good that you... I mean, I'm telling you, if you're not really looking for this thing, you will not find it. It's just, boom. It's another thing that's hidden right in front of you. Right in plain sight. And like I said, guys, take a look at that in the back, too. You can see, like, boom, boom. Like, there's something hidden right there, and there's definitely something that's been manipulated here. There's no doubt in my mind. But now I'm going to jump out of this without zooming back out. Now, watch this anomaly right here. And you can see where they doctored this up, all this white crap right here, to blend it in to this actual ridge, as well as these here. Now, watch when I put the base image. Watch what happens to this car that's hidden, this one behind it, all of this right here. Watch what happens. Suddenly, you'd be none the wiser. It's like you don't even see this thing, and that's what fools people. So, a couple of questions come to mind. I know you guys will ask the same thing. If you've seen this, who knows, maybe somebody didn't see it at all. But you got to train your eyes to these shapes. Two things, you know, some people, again, they have said this is Earth. Okay. I personally don't believe it's Earth. I believe it is Mars. But two things bother me. Now, either they're putting these images in these pictures for monetary gain, meaning more financial support. Because if you do see it, you go, oh my God, these guys have got to keep investigating, which they're not going to. At least they're not going to show you they're investigating it. Or they're just going out of the way just to simply hide it. This stuff is actually in the picture, and they're simply hiding this stuff. Come on. Again, where did this mountain go? This should be where that looks like that road came out of between the mountains. There should be a mountain here. Now, people will argue, well, yeah, but you got to understand it's over here. You know, you're way down this hill. First of all, this is that goofy fisheye BS, which is crap. This is just a straight area. And if that's true, even if this was way back, this is supposed to be behind all of this ridge. In other words, it's supposed to be up here. Where's the rest of this mountain? Again, guys, it's insane. I don't think they're at a mountain at all. I think they're at certain small areas. I don't think this rover's moved but maybe a mile, 2 miles. Now, some people will, you know, that are not my subscribers will ridicule me and say, oh, dude, you don't know what you're talking about. These things are miles away. And they're not. And I want anybody to prove that. Other than what NASA's telling you, show me your proof, your personal proof, of, I don't want to hear, you know, these people are showing like distances like, oh, it's 16.9 kilometers, meaning 10 miles away. It's not 10 miles away. They give you the illusion that it is. It's not. And again, where did this mountain go? It should be, it's 3 1/4 mile high. I mean, you should see this thing right here as plain as day. So come on. But I don't think this rover's been more than a mile, maybe 2 miles, square miles tops. And that's the truth. I mean, you could just see, just look at all the videos, and you got to pay attention to the mountain ranges, like all right here, all of these areas around here, and you can actually almost stitch these things together in your own personal panorama, and you can see this thing has just been running around in a circle, probably looking at all these things laying around on the surface. Because even if you go back to, I think it was the Viking one or whatever it was, or not the Viking one, it might have been. Well, you guys can correct me if I'm right or wrong. But they took samples back in the 60s and 70s. They literally took samples and everything. They had like a small laboratory on that supposed lander then. Why are they still up there still looking for microbial life and something that'll support life? Come on. But anyway, guys, you guys can always give me your take on it, what you think is going on. You know, but like I said, I just want to give you guys, try to give you guys the opportunity to really see these things and how they're hiding them. How it looks like it's in plain sight, just right there. I mean, come on. I mean, this thing couldn't get any just pop out at you any easier than that. But at first it doesn't. And there's a good reason, because like I said, the way they blend this in, it makes it look like it's part of this ridge. You'd be none the wiser. But then you're going to ask yourself this question. How far is it away from this rover? There's the wheel. And most people say, oh, that's miles away. I don't know about that. There's the rover. There's the wheel. And this is, you can tell this is done by the Hazcam, because it's low to the ground. How far is it from there to there? Far enough where you and I could just get right on that thing and drive it away. Well, hypothetically. I mean, there it is. I mean, how far is it away? It's about the size of these rovers. It's about the size of an average car today. So, I don't know, guys. I mean, you know, you tell me. I mean, it's just crazy what they're hiding in these pictures. It's just, it's insane. But anyway, I just figured I'd give you, I wanted to give you guys, like I said, a way for you guys to adjust your eyes to the way they hide things and just look for shapes. A lot of people say, I don't see what you're seeing because you're looking at solid and dark items. You can't do that. Train your eyes to actual shapes, meaning lines. Lines will make shapes. You know, not all lines, but you know what I mean. As far as like if it was a square, it doesn't matter what's in the middle of that square, how it's colored. Look for the actual shape. The shapes is what's going to bring these anomalies out. So anyway, guys, if you're just viewing, just go ahead and subscribe. I would appreciate it. Give me a thumbs up. This way you guys can see the next videos coming up. I got some more wild ones coming up. We're all over these things. And it looks like, who's mentioned that before? They said, watch what happens when they try to go up in this mountain. Suddenly this rover is going to break down. And I definitely echo the same thing. Because the closer they get to these things, they're really going to have to really manipulate these things badly. Especially if those are cars and mountains or and those wannabe mountains or structures, what have you. Something's going to happen to this rover. It's going to, oops, it broke down. I don't know what happened. I think one of the wheels fell off or something. Something goofy will come down, or a computer will, the last computer motherboard will take a crap or something like that, because I believe they're on the second one. They had a redundant motherboard in this thing, and I think they, not long into the actual, when this thing hit the ground running, so to speak, I think they had to switch over to the other one. But anyway, guys, I mean, give me your take, your thoughts on this stuff. Let me know what you think. As always, it's always a pleasure doing these videos for you guys and getting your thoughts on it. Let's work together, find the truth, find out what the stuff is that they're hiding in these pictures, and if you guys see something different that I didn't see, let me know. All right? Hey, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next pick.